Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Workers and Resources. We had about a week off. Hope you guys have been good, huh? Keeping your nose clean, huh? I took a little bit of a break from the series to focus on preparing a new super secret project it's a big one. It's gonna take a little bit of time, so I wanted to put some time into it. And so, yeah, but we're back now, all right? I think I've pretty much got that wrapped up, and not a lot of time has passed, to be honest, but there's a couple of weaknesses, I guess, in our supply chain. I think those of you who play this game probably know what that weakness is, and we're going to address it today, or at least try to. So the airport, the airplane production, whatever, is getting built still. I've got some extra taxiways and stuff going in through here. I bought an extra plane, so we have 4 planes now, and with the extra taxiways, they can hopefully kind of move smoother because, you know, there's no way to go 2 different directions on these taxiways. It's one plane at a time, so I need to give them alternative routes so they can get around each other. Okay, so we're having a hard time keeping up with steel. That's the big thing right now, so we're going to focus on that a little bit later. Right now, I wanted to show you, we've got boats and stuff. All right. This one's almost half done. This one here is barely almost to the point of being done. And we've actually already finished 3 boats. So I've got them docked over here. So we've got 2 passenger boats right here. And we've got the Vogelbolt cargo ship. For the time being, these are the ships that we're going to be using ourselves. So all the other ships that we end up building, they're going to go and get sold. Now, once you dock them somewhere off of this, you can't sell them by just sending them to the border anymore. So the only way to sell these now is to actually just hit the button. Once you tell it to go to a depot, that's you telling the game, I want to keep that boat, and I'm going to use that boat. So the rest of these, when they get done, which this one is so close to being done, we're just going to tell it to go straight to the border and not come back, and then that's the best way to sell the boats once you're done with them. We're going to do the same thing with the planes and stuff as well. So we'll check back on these a little bit later. Now, in the previous video, a week ago, we started construction on the stuff for getting aluminum set up, right? The raw resources, the bauxite and stuff. And I still plan on having all that stuff, you know, done and shipped over here. But before we can really get into that, let's make sure we even have the steel to keep our stuff going. So that's going to happen over here. Welcome to ISKETAMBOLA, the forgotten city that well, not super forgotten, but basically the city that I keep neglecting. We're going to turn this into a steel town because we need more steel. We have a nice source of iron here that we have yet to ever use. And I guess it's a good reason because I actually messed this up when I made it. Let's go ahead and delete this. And we're going to put a steel mill here. We already have the unloading for coal, easy. And we could also there's a loading dock here for this. I think we're going to remove this loading dock completely, and we're going to replace all of this with a steel mill. And then we can have people in ISKETAMBOLA. We'll expand the city out this way, and then they can work in the steel, okay? So that's the tentative goal for this video, is getting this to become a steel town, or at least, you know, working on that. Once we're done with that, we're going to start expanding Kraftkalash. We're going to move it this way, on the other side of the tracks and stuff, get it going on over here in this area, and hopefully that means these guys can provide constant labor for the bauxite mines and stuff, okay? All right, so that's the agenda for today. So let's get started on that. The first thing to do is recognize that the steel mill has 3 rails. So if I take the steel mill, for example, there's 3 rails, okay? And conveniently enough, we have 3 rails here. So I'm gonna rebuild this, and we're gonna do all of this with rubles. Everything we do here, we're gonna do it with rubles, get it moving, because I need the steel like today, okay? So probably want to remove this power line here and have it go along this way and then over. Probably. We'll see if we can work around it. But the one thing we definitely aren't going to be able to work around is getting this aggregate loading building. Well, we're not going to be using the aggregate loading anyway. So we're going to remove this. Goodbye. Now when we do that, it's going to split up our lines and mess up our coal routes and all sorts of stuff like that. So we'll have to rebuild that, but that's okay. We're also going to take and get railway construction yard, and we're just going to delete, I think pretty much delete this whole line right here all the way up to about here, I think. Let's just delete it all the way up because I might need to curve it differently. We're also going to delete this you know what? I have to like go between the nodes, or I could just use the demolish tool and just do it, you know? So we'll let that be done, and then I don't want to delete the power line just yet, so we'll get rid of that. Okay, so we've moved the train tracks back a little bit, and what we're going to do now, it's actually painfully obvious to me that this has to be adjusted. So we're gonna get rid of this. I have to move this. Let's take the rail really quick here and go straight this way. We'll go around this direction on this side of the road, and then we'll hook it up like that. Okay? So that'll get it out of our way for this. Okay. Most likely, I think these signals are fine. They're going to be right before the steel mill. So I think the steel... I'm trying to work backwards here. I think the steel mill is going to ultimately end up being like right about here. Does this give me enough? Yeah, it gives me enough room. So we'll put it right about... I think right about here. Now, I think for the steel mill, I'm going to go ahead and have that constructed with resources. Just to place it so that I can plan everything else and it doesn't build. So I think we will go ahead and just plan it out. But the rail, though, I want it to keep going. Well, if I want it to keep going, I have to have this built, right? Never mind. Okay, we're going to build it anyway. Screw it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. The game slows down and crashes, and the game slows down and crashes. I guess that's just the way it is. So this is going to teeter off just the way it was, but now it's going to be 3 tracks. And I think I need it to look a little different than this. It's not going to look very clean if I do it there like that. So let's get it to too sharp of a turn. Use me. Yep, like that. All right, so we're going to take this and go that way. This goes that way, and this goes that way. Okay? We're going to use this area here in the steel mill to bring trains into here, okay? I know it's got a little bit of a curve to it, and that's fine. So hit the space bar, let everything build, and we're going to go once again and have that be separated. And then we can have that be separated too, and it goes that way. Okay, good. So all of this stuff is going to remain connected once the steel is built, which is taking forever, but yeah, okay. Then all the routes that were existing through this can continue to be through this. It's just going to be a little bit sloppier in this area, but when the coal train comes in to drop things off for coal, it's now going to have a secondary area to drop off in. So if I'm taking a look at conveyor belts here, we have 4 intakes here. At least one of these needs to be a large aggregate storage for coal. So if we can place that, well, I'm actually going to place it a little over here, and just so I have the road to be a little cleaner. So I'm going to place it like this. And then I'm going to use an engine to bring it over like this. And that way I can keep that road clean. All right, this road then comes through this direction. Actually, let's match it up there and then bring it straight through. And then over into this intersection like this. Good enough. Okay. Let all that stuff build. And then, do I need any additional signaling for this line? I don't think so. In fact, I think probably these signals can go. Why don't I adjust it to be here and here instead? And then I can remove these signals. Okay. These ones are looking okay. I think I'll move this one back just so it's lined up with the others. There we go. And then we use the autosave. Fine. Okay. So once the steel builds, all that stuff could continue going. Next, talk about the iron. So the iron used to be connected directly to that little drop-off point. Clearly that was bad. It just, whoops, you know? So we're going to have a large aggregate storage for the iron instead. And it's going to go right about here should be fine. I want it to wrap, but I don't want it to get in the way of storage and stuff that I'm going to want in the backside here, actually. So why don't we put it this way? Yeah, right about like that. Oh, very close. Yeah, like that. Then the conveyor, take it over the tracks. So I'm hoping it does anyway. Yep, right about here. Take it over the tracks, and then I'm not sure I need to use that, but I'd like to have the ability to under the situation that I want to. So we're going to just put the plans in right here for now, just to make sure that I can use it later if I want to. We'll go ahead and tell them not to construct this. Yeah, don't construct this. And then we'll take the conveyor engine from here and bring it over like so. Almost. Come on now. I saw you. You were going to do it. There. Fair enough. All right, so that's going to allow us to at least use that later if we want to, because now we have the space between these. Okay. So next, for the steel, right, we're obviously just taking in iron. And, oh, it's processed iron. Not even iron. It's processed iron. So I'm actually wrong on this here, too. Now I'm wondering if I should have processed iron on this side of the tracks. This isn't built yet, so this would be the best way to do it. I think that's actually a better way to do it. Since I haven't actually... Yeah, so because I haven't actually built that yet. So the storage will be here. We come over here, and then we can have the iron processing be on this side of the tracks. It gives people a shorter route to get to work, right? They're going to have to work here. So we'll have the intake be on this side. And then the output's on that side, though. Well, I mean, hey, that's what we got the engines for, I guess. We'll get that to be right about here. And then the conveyors, it's kind of sloppy. I know I'm kind of winging it here, but it's it'll still work, and it's not even inefficient. It's gonna work without even being inefficient, so it's fine. We'll put that there. And that's a street road. We're gonna build that. People are gonna walk here. We'll have like parking lots and stuff for them to park in this area, right? And then we're also gonna want a little gas station probably to be here too. I don't think I'm gonna use that. I think there's no reason to use that when we have the backside already, so I probably won't use it. Let's put a little gas station. Oh man, I wanted it to be there. Yeah, I can't put it where I want it. Well, we'll talk about it later. It's not the most important thing yet. The conveyor is the more important thing, and that is gonna go like right. Yep. Just like this. All right, so that gives us iron processing. Oh, that's not actually going in, is it? Why not? You told me you would. What happened? You said, but you said, you know, we'll just move this, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yep, like this instead. All right, there. Okay. We'll move that. And this gives us steel and iron processing right next to each other. And then, of course, this is already built and set up, but it's now going to funnel the excess iron ore into this storage. Then the iron processing plant needs to go to iron, doesn't it? Not iron. Yeah. I'm wrong again. Oh, it's been a week. It's been a week. We're gonna be a little rusty here. Don't worry. We're gonna figure it out. It's not gonna be too hard. Yeah, right like this instead. Right, like if I go back further, I can have more room for parking. So go back further about like this. Sounds good. Okay, we'll turn everything else on for rubles now. So for the roads, I think temporarily I'll have this because this is just gravel. We're gonna have a gravel road that goes back this direction. And it's gonna go about like that. And then straight back to meet there and then there. Okay? And then you are gonna go here. You are gonna go. Oh. What direction do you go? Oh. Come on now. Really? Really? It's this and the being in the way, isn't it? Silly. Tell me you're gonna work still. You are crazy. You know that? Really legitimately crazy. All right, moved it over a little bit. There you go. It's hooked up now, okay? So trains that want to drop off coal, we'll drop it off right here. It will go here to keep this full, right, for the heating, but it's also going to start dumping into here, and this is going to be coal, okay? That coal will feed directly, I guess not directly, but it's going to feed into this engine, which then pops it into the steel mill, okay? We still have the ability to use this, which I might use it for actual steel storage, but I think I'd like it better if I just had 3 big containers worth of steel that are just stored here, and then we can truck it out or train it out or whatever and move it wherever we want it to go. I think I like that a lot better. So let's take a look at the steel mill really quick. I have a lot of construction projects that are in the works, but so far it looks like we're okay on this. I purchased 2 million rubles worth of steel right here. So any steel that's here is being... This should be all steel, thank you. Any steel that's here is probably getting moved from the forklifts into here, but I purchased 2 million just because I want to keep everything moving. So it looks to me like that's pretty much it. I think we're not going to deal with like the complexities of all of this, but I will want to have a way for helicopters to reach the steel supply here, right? It's nice and open and everything. So why don't I go ahead and have open storage medium, and we're going to go kind of like this with this open storage to here. And then we'll have on this side of it, we're going to go ahead and get you know what? I've changed my mind. I know, right as it's done constructing. But you know, I have just an idea, and I'd rather do it this other way. Let's take the Helipad 3 platform, and if I put you about here, then I think if I bring the storage like this, it'd be a tricky thing to get the roads to work for this, but if I can bring it in about like this, there won't be a road connection to this one. We'll just have 2. Yeah, because then I can have a road connection to this one. Okay, never mind, there will be. Yeah, we'll do about like this with it. So this will allow us to access it with the road, because we have a road. And actually we'll go road this way. Yep, straight down like that. And we're gonna have you go like, I think straight over like this would be cool. Yeah. And then we can have you go like, well, come on now. That. And then you can come over straight down like this too. Okay, so this gives us a helipad. It gives us 2 large storages for lots and lots of steel. And not only can the trucks access it, but also the helicopters can access it, and no forklifts are required. Love it. Okay, so now we need parking for like everybody who wants to come here and drive here themselves to work. So we're gonna take, and this is where they're gonna come in on the steel mill. So we'll have one parking lot be like, put it off the backside of this road. We're gonna go right about here. We'll have 1 and a 2. Hopefully this will fit. If it doesn't, I'll move the rail, because I want the parking more than I want that rail there. I think it's not gonna work, because you have to have some space in order for these things to connect. Like, I'm pretty sure this is too close and it won't allow me to connect it. Oh, I'm wrong. I love being wrong sometimes. I still need to move this though. So we're gonna pull this back just a little bit, and we're gonna put the parking in there first. It'll be about here, and ooh, here. Now that is very close to where that rail comes in. But again, the coal train actually has a lot of room with this. It seems like it might be cramped for the coal train, the long coal train, but this is actually a plenty of room for it, because it comes off of, I'm gonna straighten this up. That's fine, let's build that. It's a lot of room for it because it gets to extend all the way through here. Like this whole area here, from right here all the way over to here is where the coal train can sit. And it won't interfere with any other tracks because there's still 3 tracks here. So this is still plenty of room. This many parking lots is pretty good for this. We're going to want a bus terminal here too, because lots and lots of people need to go through here, especially with the iron processing plant, which I'm going to go ahead and have built right now. So I think we'll have a big bus terminal here, big bus platform, whatever. This is going to allow people to get in here a lot quicker, a lot more fluidly. We're not going to have any passenger trains here, so this is mostly just buses and cars. And then ISKETAMBOLA will just move itself over in this way. We'll have expanding the residential out this way. So I need walking paths. This one straight there, easy. We also want one that goes around. I guess it's going to go around here like this. Yep. And then all of these guys will be able to get to the road like so. Yep, so parking in here, and then they can walk to either here or there. Speaking of which, I probably need this walking path to continue if I want it to go that way. So we'll bring this like, ooh, that's not going to work. Okay. Then we go straight down like this. And then connect you that way. And then you go, this is what I was wanting to do, but I think that's too low. I might be able to wing that. Like that. There we go. Cool. Build that. And so now we have the basic infrastructure for a whole new steel. And we don't need a ton of stuff. I mean, look at the steel we did before, right? Everything we did for steel before is right over here, right? It's this kind of a big spread out area because I didn't do steel before. I'd never done that before. But now it can be a little bit more simple. And I think, you know, because iron is way over here, so it needed to come all the way over here, be processed. And then we have a completely separate processing area, which never gets used. And I think I could probably just shut this down because we never bring iron here, which alleviates basically this entire need for this. This never gets used ever. None of this gets used, right? This is all just extra. I mean, I get nothing back for tearing it down, so I'm going to keep it where it is. But like, I really don't need anybody working here. And I can reduce the number of workers I want to 0 just because it's completely irrelevant. We don't need it. They can work somewhere else, right? Because initially, we wanted that extra processing plant and everything to happen because we were going to pull this iron over, but we don't need that. We're just going to set up a second mill instead. All right, so the bus platform's here. Now, we need to expand housing for ISKETAMBOLA, not just because we need a lot more workers, and we do, but we also just need the basic facilities to always be manned. This is a bus terminal, the only bus terminal, and yet there's nobody there. And that's because everybody keeps moving away from ISKETAMBOLA because there's nothing to do. And that makes sense. So we're going to give them something to do, and we're going to make sure that people can stay here, and we're going to get some of these 6,100 people who are living with their parents to be out of here, right? So we actually have quite a bit of escaping going on, which is interesting. A spike in escapes. I'm going to have to look at that. In any case, let's take a look and get some housing sorted in here. So I want some really comfortable housing. We're going to use these flats here. I know I've used them a lot, but they're 91% and they have 189 workers, and that's just really good. And we're going to make a residential area kind of right over here. I think this road should probably, it's going to curve this way and head straight down. So if that's the case, we'll go like, let's go 1, 2, high autosave, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we'll have it on this side too, and we'll just go, assuming the road goes right between these things, right? We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm getting kind of close. 7, 8. There's a tendency to, like, you know, go on an angle when you're doing it this way, but I think if I did this right, I think I got that to be in the right spot. So the road should go straight down the middle here. And again, if I did it right, I should be able to connect each one of these to the street without much issue. I want these on the same junction points because it makes it a lot easier for construction. You don't have multiple points like that. I'll go this way. It's fine. This one goes there. This one goes there. And then this one goes here. Okay. Lots and lots of housing here, right? You can store so many people there. Store them. Yes, we can store the people there, don't you know? I think we can get rid of this road. It's kind of pointless. We'll replace it with this one that goes straight down into the city. And then also, I think we'll probably have that go somewhere else too. You know what? I kind of like how that wrapped though. So I think we'll go off this instead. That's fine. And then you can be anything you want. Like that. Okay. Probably place something here like I don't know about bus depot, but we'll place. We could probably have another bus stop over here, and then we're gonna tear all this out and redo residential over in that area too. But this is how residential is gonna start moving this way, and then this main road that's been moving through here the whole time is gonna go straight to the bus stop like that. So they end up being able to walk. They'll have their different services and stuff. We'll put schools and bars and stuff like that over in this area. They will not be able to reach the groceries, the shopping center here. So we're going to add a second shopping center right here, a small one, and then hook it up to the network. And then it can just be, you know, it can just be good. Nobody's shopping here, so these goods aren't being stressed at all. And our storage is full because they're on the route. So we should have full everything because we're not using it. And then we're going to start using it, of course, now. So that's going to be residential expansion. I think this many people should give us enough steel to really keep going with our industry. I think it will anyway. So why don't we test that theory? Oh, also, because we have parking lots, right? Let's go ahead and actually get these built so that I can configure them. But also, I want to get people starting to like build cars or to actually buy cars, right? So we want just basically everybody. I don't want to restrict anybody from using these. So let's just keep everybody able to use them. Like this. Yep. And then over here like so. Okay. So everybody can use these. And I believe these are close enough to reach here too. But we can also have some extra parking lots over here too, just to help that out. We'll see what we need. It's important to get cars in here first though. So I actually have a space for vehicles being built. That's already been started with a rail connection already in and signaling already done for it to bring cars into this area so that we can get them delivered to dealerships that are going to be in this area too. So these guys can ultimately buy cars because we're actually full on cars. If you take a look at some of our other car delivery places or whatever, this place over here is to get cars. And you can see this train is still waiting to be unloaded. It's been sitting here for a while. There's only 4 left, but there's a lot of black cars, right? Everyone's getting a black car now. You can have it any color you want as long as it's black, right? And so there you go. Why are you coming back with a full load? Because you're not being told to wait and until unloaded. Interesting. Wait until unloaded. Bye. Yeah, so there's that one full, and then if I look at some of the other ones, they're full too. This one's full as well, right? So, and then these places are all full now. So we have to ship cars out. We have to export cars now, okay? So that's going to give us a lot more money too. You see I've dropped a lot of money just because I've been building things, but we're going to be over 100,000 rubles. Sorry, 100 million rubles. We're going to be over 100 million rubles by the end of the next video, I think, because I'm going to start shipping cars out. And then this place here is struggling to keep up the pace with the cars too. Because cars, they get built here and they get distributed to all these different dealerships. But that train that's way up here, right? This train keeps going back. Is it doing it now? Yeah. This train keeps going back and getting cars from the other location. So I'm going to have it stop doing that after this next load, I think. I'm going to have it stop doing that. I think I might repurpose it to have it sell cars. But, you know, here's the problem is like selling cars, the rail connection through here isn't really good for that. You know, like there isn't really a way for us to pick cars up easily and then get them out to the border. Not fast. Like we can get it there and then go back through here and then, you know, we can merge onto this track and off we go. But then we're still on the same rail line that everything else is on. And that's no good, right? We obviously have some stoppages here when certain vehicles get in, passenger trains, etc., kind of getting in the way. But we don't want to add any more trains to this rail. We want it to go somewhere else. We want it to go other places. Croft Collage is also going to get expanded out this way too. I've got 2 roads starting this way. So we got this one here going that way and this one here going that way. I don't know if we're going to use both or whether I have to respace them. I don't know. But we're going to obviously get this expanded out this way so that they can work the bauxite mines. So here's some construction. It looks like there's actually a lot of progress. I built this with rubles so that the train construction yard could continue making my tracks. Looks like they're on that. They're getting on that. Pretty nice. I've also built a couple of other things with rubles too. A lot of the conveyor lines and stuff, they take some time, so I built some of them. I'm not building this because it's very expensive. I'm letting them kind of focus on that. So I sort of built with rubles things that take a little bit of time but aren't that expensive. And like the bauxite mine here, it's 141,000 at this point. Not that big of a deal. And you know, if I was gonna like work it right away, that probably would have been a good idea. As it is now, it's gonna be a while until we work this, so it probably wasn't smart to build that just now. But whatever. I built these 2, hoping that people might start coming to work, but they're too far away. So if I take a look at this and go like this, there just isn't really anywhere, you know, like that. So we need to build a couple more parking lots. People that are in this area, a lot of them are unemployed because they can't work in the universities. Universities just get maxed out. A lot of times they just get maxed out. And that's true for these guys over here too. So we're going to want to get... Actually, it looks like they're leveling out. Did they move away? Where's my town hall? Right here. Okay, so we lost a little bit. I had 4,500. 4,200. So maybe these are the guys that are escaping. 10,000 escapes. You're just gonna learn things and then leave? You jerks. Yeah, these guys are the ones leaving. So we need to give them jobs, right? There's no extra jobs here. There's nowhere to do that. So yeah, we're gonna expand the city out this way too. So I haven't actually planned any of this out. So I'm gonna kind of wing this one. But I think what I'll do is I'll put in a shopping center right over in this area. And we'll just have this sort of be like the central place, and we'll surround this place with houses. So why don't we put the road on this side, and we'll place it like right here. I don't really think it matters. We'll also put a warehouse connected to it so we can deliver stuff direct. I like that too. Meat will be delivered direct by the meat trucks, direct from these storages, so I guess whatever, because they'll just get it here. So the fastest route to get things to this, right, from this drop-off point, probably want this road, which has been torn down. I'm not using it anymore. Probably want to expand this, take this street up. Ooh, can you go that? Yeah, go this way. Take the street up this way, curve it around this, and we'll go, I guess, to here. And then we just use this road. Is that how we want to do it? Yeah. Gives them a pretty direct route to get where they want to go. I guess that's fine. So let's go ahead and just have that built real quick so I can have them do that. This is also going to create a little bit of a shortcut for the construction offices and stuff too. All right, so that's... Ooh, wait a minute. Not quite. That's not quite what I want. It's close, but it's not quite. Let's put don't spend any more money on this. This road should be going along this line here. Yeah, it should go behind it, and then this goes and wraps around like that. That's much better. In fact, you can do even better than this because I want to hook up the warehouse. So we could also get the warehouse to curve, and then the warehouse could go like this, and then you connect like that. That's a little bit better. Okay, let's have them it's 1 million. Let's just have them build that with resources for a while, and now we can put all the housing and everything we need right alongside this or around this. We're gonna want to have a small bus platform, and actually kind of want to integrate it into this road now that I think about it. I do. I want to integrate it into this road. We're just going to peel this back just a little bit and have this small one be right here. Easy. Okay. Footpaths could just go straight like that, I guess. It won't let me go straight. It's going to require me to curve, so okay. We'll do that, and then have this go... Whoops. Cancel that really quick. Come on. Nope. Won't let me have it. Go there, there, and then we can peel off on that side too. So we'll have those built. But this gives us a bus platform. We can have housing all along this area, and then the buses can take them over to this bus platform to drop them off, and gets them closer to all of these. We also obviously have lots of parking lots and stuff too, but probably one more bus platform would be a good idea. We can't necessarily count on people driving as our exclusive like way of getting to work. And I'm thinking maybe another bus platform right here might be a good idea. I'll tweak it. I'll tweak with the idea, you know. It's okay. So I'll probably go ahead and design this offline just because I want to see and do some meticulous detail, like in how they get positioned and where the schools are located, and probably expand education and all that stuff. And I'm also considering giving another train platform. So the train would come around here like it already does, but then it would curve up from here, and we'd have another passenger platform right here. But I don't know if that's worth it, because there's going to be a lot of bus traffic already, and like if they can get here, then they can get to the bus. Not necessarily. I don't know. I'll think about it. Like I'm not decided on it yet. It's kind of this up in the air thing I haven't really figured out yet. So yeah. So that's the game plan. We're making more steel. Not yet, of course. We're going to be making more steel. I obviously have to get the power and stuff hooked up, but we have power lines right here, as you can see. And there's actually a little switch right here already too. So I can probably take these lines here and split it. Probably split it right here and get another transformer, and then or another. I'm out of it, man. My brain is fried. Power transformer. I said it right. Yeah. Get another transformer. Get all this stuff powered. I have plenty of capacity for power right now to do this. And we also need to get these two hooked up too, right? Their consumption is pretty mild. And if I can get them to just be hooked up, that would be good, you know? So I've got the power hooked up right here too, or at least ready to hook up right here. So that's going to do it for today's video, I think. I do appreciate you guys watching, sticking with me for this this week-long break. I am probably going to wrap this series up as soon as we're producing airplanes pretty fluidly, and when we have Banigi here hooked up to our network, just enough to where people can travel here and resources can get here. I'm not really going to develop it all that much, but I wanted to make sure that all of the pre-made cities were at least hooked up to our republic here. And then we'll have to decide on exactly when the next colony will be, when the next Soviet Republic will be, because I do want to do another one. See, I can sell this for 2.7 million. If I just say go to the Soviet country border and hit go, it will take off. You cannot do that if you've already told it to go to one of your ports, right? If you've already given it a waypoint that is outside of this, you cannot sell it like that. So you have to designate that immediately. So just an FYI for anyone who's playing the game and wanting to follow along and making ships, and you're wondering why you can't sell them like this, that's why. You have to select it right from there. Otherwise, it will tell you that you have to have 2 waypoints. If I say stop at the border and go, it'll say, hey, you need 2 stops. And you'll be like, why? I want you to go to the border. And yeah, so you can't do that. So once you tell it to do something else other than go to the border, then the only way to sell it is to hit that button, and you're not going to get as much for it. 2.7 million for doing it that way, and I only get 1.9 for doing it this way. So that sacrifices almost 1 million rubles difference there. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I appreciate it. The next video starts. We'll probably have residential set up here. I'll move it around and try to figure out how I want it. This place should be done. Maybe not that building, but certainly we should be getting bauxite mined when we come back. And then I want to say pretty much everything except this building will be done at that point. and then we should also have mostly a new source of steel starting as well. So like I'll keep you posted on this. We'll do a recap and such of what I've done between videos, and then we'll continue on making sure that it's all working efficiently and as effectively as we can, and then getting ISKETAMBOLA to be more populated. We have to move people over here too. I keep telling them to do it, but they keep moving away because there's nothing to do over here. So yeah. Anyway, take care. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.